All right. So the reason why brother is telling you to look for, uh, you know, a bread and butter job, and as well with you gotta plan your life, plan D and plan E. Right now, your plan A, you have your uni gig work, and after that you have ping pong, and these are the two that you have. What happens when you lose your uni gig? All right. I know what I've said to you on that day. You say no to everything. You gotta prepare yourself, right, for A, B, C, D, E, F. All right. And I know it's a bit exaggerating for you to understand, but we in this economy where job loss and AI revolution is anytime and moment, owners will find ways to replace jobs to cut costs. All right, that's their goal. Cutting a cost for one worker or two worker, it saves money for the company. All right, and also no need to deal too much with workplace bullying and as well with super work, work compo and things like that. It actually saves them more money. Unfortunately, we live in Australia where labor is too costly. And that's why I said to you, you got to think your life A, B, C, D, E, F. What is your plan? And when you do, let's just say, all right, when you lost your job today, it takes months for you to get another job. But in the meantime, you need to get a job to fulfill your, your bills, right? You got to stay afloat. And that's why I said to you, do you have what it takes to have, for example, $20,000 or $30,000 saved right now? And let's just say you lost your job, you live by yourself. You'll be stressing. Like I said, I don't know how easy to get your job in field. So that's why I wanted to push you to whether you do aged care or disability or something like that, because it's a bit flexible. You can call in and pick up shift. That's what I wanted you to do. Just call in and pick up shift. At least it pays the bill. Nobody likes to work, Ellen. All right. That's why I said to you, when mum and dad is not there, who's gonna be there for you? Anything could happen. Your husband can walk out your life tomorrow. Your boyfriend can walk out your life tomorrow. You can lose your job tomorrow. And you cannot predict that, right? So that's why, you know, um, for you to go through, to understand that conversation that I gave to you, and as well with the Army Reserve, and you can pick more work up in the Army Reserve. And that is very true about today's world. Just because you got your dream job doesn't mean you won't get sacked, right? Your dad will tell you about this. Like whether you talk about Ansett is like one of the major airline back in the days. It goes head to head with Qantas. After that, they went bust. All of them lose their job. As you know nowadays, a lot of bankings they're cutting down staff, outsource it or automate it. You get your job loss. So it's just the fact that I just wanted to teach you to survive your life. And if I didn't do my plans, like there's so many companies that I'm in right now, and I know who do I call if let's just say my job got cancelled today, or I got my job lost today. It may not fill all my bills, but it can pay partial of it. It's better than zero. But I'm trying to find companies that fill in that hole, fill in that gap. And that's why I said to you, anything could happen in life. All right. Maybe a coworker put an investigation on you, and a big case, you got stood down from work. Brother has went through that. Brother has went through, all issues. That's why I look at life instability, and that's why my take on in life is very different to mum. Mum's job, however, is basically you know, autopilot mode, bang, 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 come back home and look half dead. All right. And I'm not here to say good or bad. What I'm saying is that in life, you need to prepare because nobody is going to carry your back after this. You'll be the one to survive through this. You may look at your father had one job and he got retired. It doesn't work like that anymore nowadays. Can't trust any companies nowadays. So your dad's role was funded by the government. As you know, the government changes the fundings and everything like that. You need to know what is the funding for. For example, you're doing media, all right? Obviously, right now you're working for the uni. That's government as well. And what happens when there's not much international students going to your university? You're screwed. Basically they have to cut back on staff and cut back on teachers. Unfortunately, all my jobs are government, all right? And I'll lay it out to you what was my plan. And I said that the other day. So you gotta study a lot of certificate under your belt. Just because you have 2, 3, you know, graduate degrees under your belt, it doesn't mean anything. You may not like your job in the long run. So that's why I say go to TAFE, study the course. It's just for the long. It's just for pay the bread and butter. I'll be honest with you, Ellen. It's just for the bread and butter. You know, um, the entry level jobs. It's just the bread and butter. Someone gotta do it. The AI cannot do it, so someone has to do it. So that's why I said you need a bit of bread and butter in your life because media it can be, in my opinion, it's up to the company KPIs not making the stats. Then you'll get the sack. That's why I say in life you haven't gone through what's it like to lose your job, getting sacked tomorrow. You haven't gone through that. When you do, your world just shattered, and you say, "Man, I didn't listen to William. Now I don't have plan C. I got ping pong on plan B, but I don't have plan C, D, E. What other company do I go?" And that's why I try to say to you, work in different areas. And when you do media, you work in different sectors, right? One is uni, one is charity event, one is that. It's all sorts. Don't underestimate charity companies because you get salary sacrifice if you do get in. So that's why I said play your cards right. All right, if you play your cards right, you can survive for very long. Just like me, I didn't beg for mum for money. I can moan about it. I didn't beg mum for money or this and that. I want you to do the same thing for yourself and you'll be independently, not rely on anyone. But the day that you have a husband, I promise you, I make sure that husband is multi-talented as well. Because if he's not, then if you get a job sack, let's just say your boyfriend, for example, get a job sack, where he's gonna go? You got a $4,000 mortgage every single month. What are you gonna do, Ellen? What are you gonna do? $7,000, $8,000. All right. What are you gonna do if these bills are running, piling up every month, and you have a job loss? What are you gonna do? Break down and cry? Bank's not gonna care if you cry. So that's why I said to you, you gotta be smart with the whole thing. It's not in your favor. Just because you went to the good schools, it doesn't mean that you're gonna get there. All right. So if I was you, flexibility jobs, that's why I mentioned those. And if you don't take it, that's up to you. But I'm just laying out to you so one day shit falls apart, you can go out there and apply for jobs. There's multiple jobs. And the best way to do this is, all right, William, okay, I take your advice. If you don't believe me, here's the formula for you. Whatever the job title you wanted to go. I'll give you nursing, for example. You type in nurse and a job seeker in Victoria, how many job totals is going to come out? It's come out 500, 700, 300, 400. It's a high demand because Australia is a service and healthcare country. And you talk about, certain fields. But if I type in media, how many jobs? Okay, cool. Is that many? But how flexibility it is. So your ping pong is great. You can start a course, how to prepare this and that for other kids wanting to learn. You can try to sell the course online and try to branch it out. You can do that right now. Passive income for you. All right, someone just buy the course, learn the course, and if they want some 101 learning, blah 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 blah. You got to advance in the head. So that's what I can give you that advice to survival. All right. Um, Obviously, one day in our lifetime, we'll go through recession. In our lifetime, we'll go through our war torn. In our lifetime, we'll go through divorce, separated, or loss of someone. Uh, Hopefully, it's not. But you got to be prepared when that day comes. It will come. When it comes, it comes. You never know. Mum and dad would have dropped dead tomorrow. Brother may have dropped dead tomorrow. You know. You know. Who are you gonna lean on? So that's why you say you want to be independent, right? That's independent, making money, this and that, and also try not to get burnt out or things like that. That's why media can be burnt out if you do too many at the same time. I can throw you a gig this Saturday if you want to come. You just do some video shoots. It's got to be a new broadcaster, radio broadcaster is going to be there. But are you willing to do the shoots and willing to do the talk, bang, 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 bang? And you got to be multitasking because as you get older, you got to be doing a lot more multitasking. So that's about what I can tell you right now. To understand, the world is not what you think it is. The world can be very dark. You got people can backstab you, the people that you thought you trust. You've learned that in high school, and it's not much difference in the working world. But the lower skilled jobs, it's less of that politics. That's why many of the migrants are able to secure a loan and secure their job. Not like me or you dream company and you got people or HOs on your ass all the time. So you got to play a bit smart. Not all your money is in there. Some of the jobs you can work nighttime. So that's why I said it is what it is. You got to learn how to do that. And I hope this can give you an idea what's the sense. That's the reason why I wanted you to go military, just to discipline you properly. Just we are too loose on everything. We don't see any risk or danger in our life. That's all.